Okay, I'm gonna do another video of some random work stories. So one, the other day, I was sitting up in the box, sitting in the driver's seat of the carriage, my horse, and a guy walked up to my horse and started petting him. And really, you should ask, but my horse is friendly, so I just kind of let him. And then he starts pulling out a sugar packet. And I was like, oh, hey, sorry, I don't want him to have that. You really should ask before you give horses anything. And he looked at me, he was kind of weird, and I said, you can give him this carrot instead. And I pulled out a carrot and I offered to give it to him if he wanted to feed my horse. And he looked like super angry, and he just like shook his head no, and he just downed the sugar packet himself. He just like swallowed all the sugar, and then he pet my horse again and then walked away. And I was just like, okay. So sometimes just have weird little tidbits throughout the day. Another thing that happened, again, this is like last week, we didn't work a lot because of heat suspensions and stuff. I was starting a ride, and as I drove by, there were like 4 park rangers cars like surrounding these pedicab guys to give them tickets because I don't even know if it was the illegal motor, if they didn't have a license, or maybe they were just like blocking the carriage stand, as they always do all these things and are always kind of pulled over. And as I went by, there's one pedicab guy who I've seen a lot. He just goes like it's all their fault. It's their fault. They started it, talking about the carriage drivers, and he's pointing at me and he's like, it's the purple girl. The purple girl did it. And I guess he means, because I have purple hair. And the park ranger's just looking at him like he's crazy. 2 of them were actually the mounted rangers that I'm friendly with, because they really like my horse, Scout. He's got his little fan club, so they're always calling out his name and, like trying to, play with him and whatever, as much as they can at work. So they're just like looking at me and looking at this guy like, what? So his logic is that because so when he went by, he was like, they're taking videos of us. She's recording us right now. I actually wasn't. I mean, it might have picked up on my body camera because I always have that on when I'm like going by the street or whatever. But his logic is that because they break so many laws all the time, and horse carriage drivers like me have started to call them out on it to try to get the city to enforce their laws the same way they do for us, just so it's safer for tourism and fair to have a legal business operating next to another legal business, because this is an illegal business operating next to a legal business, ours. He's like, yeah, because they are calling us out on this kind of thing, and we're now getting in trouble, like, you should if you break the law. His logic is that we started it. We started this, antagonizing of them, and therefore they're going to keep breaking laws to try to hurt our business, and therefore they should not be ticketed for it. That was his logic, and I think they're all looking at him like, what? So that's also how I feel about it. So it was another thing that happened. And also, I found out that Scout's girlfriend's name is Lily. I had mentioned in another video that every time I go and take him out of his stall, his new stallmate, Lily, will be like, whinnying, where are you going? What's going on? Why are you taking him away? And when I bring him back, she'll like whinny when she sees him. She's all excited. And when I put him in the stall, they like push their noses together and start like breathing each other's nostrils. And they're like, oh good, it's you. Hi. So they are definitely got some kind of thing going on. And I did find out her name. I don't know her too well, or her driver that well, but Scout is well acquainted with her.